Rusty K here. Just wanted to give a quick update on the progress on the 57 Ford Custom. I had originally told you guys that I was going to do it two-tone with the blue and then the white on top. Well, I chickened out. There's a lot of lines on this car, and I was afraid to go ahead and attempt to do that on this one. I'm going to wait to do a two-tone on something that's a little, doesn't have as many body lines, and I think my taping will go better. But what I've done so far is I've got the paint on, and I shot a coat of Clear Coat the Future. At least I think I'm using the right product. I'm not quite sure, because I know that Future doesn't exist anymore. It's the Pledge Floor Care. So let me just show you what I've got going on. This is the car so far. That's shot with this acrylics craft paint, no primer. I just fixed the body and went right to styrene. There's no primer on this. And there she is with Clear Coat. I think it came out okay. Now, some of the things I ran up against, here's the hood. Some of the things I ran up against when doing the, let me show you the product that I used. I used this, and I think this is the same stuff that Future used to be, just with a different name. I used my dual action airbrush, my Pache, and just did it lightly. Didn't come back all the way. But what I noticed when I was doing it was I started to get some runs, and it started to bubble up right on the bottoms here. And I had to take a paper towel and just sort of dip it when it was actually dripping. So I think I may have gone too thick. There were some bubbles that were coming up on top, but it looks like they've laid down okay, that I've let it sit for a little while. I still have to go over this with the Novus. I haven't used the polish yet, so I don't really know what to expect with that. That's the body. I did start working on the engine. I took some advice from some people, Chris Chapman, and went ahead and assembled the body or the engine together, all the parts that were going to be the same color, which was a great help, because before I was painting everything individually, putting it together, and it was just a mess to glue. I couldn't get things to stick. I was just messing up the paint. So what I did here is I painted this. Now, some of you purists are probably going to recognize that that is not Ford engine red. That's Chevy engine red. This is enamel. I didn't use acrylics on this, but I used the Ford engine red because that's what I had, or the Chevy engine red because that's what I had. I didn't want to go out and buy a new paint just to paint the engine red. Now, I'm also attempting to, on this build, my first wiring. So I went ahead and I drilled, I don't know if you can see there, I drilled 4 holes on each side for my wires, and I went out and I bought this from a local hobby shop from Detail Masters. This is my distributor cap. And I've noticed that my holes are okay. I use the same drill bit, and I've got some boots for it too that I'm going to, the same drill bit I use here, I also drilled out for the distributor. Where is it? It is back here. Right there is the hole for the distributor. Now, what I've noticed is I probably need to widen that a little bit because I used the same bit for the wires, and this does not actually fit into that hole. I'm going to have to probably widen that hole out a little bit. But this was the color that I went with. I thought it might look good for a first wiring job. I haven't really done this before, so we'll see how that turns out. But this is an enamel. I had painted the rest of the parts that are body color. I went ahead and painted them the same time I painted the body. I haven't covered these with any sort of polyurethane or anything yet. These are just the parts that are the same body color. But some of the stuff I'm probably going to have to do in enamels. It's probably going to be a cross between enamels and acrylics. But there she is so far. You know, this is my second build, my second paint job. So, you know, I think it's getting better. We'll see how she turns out. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the 57 Ford Custom. Thanks, guys.